Hey folks, welcome back to Let's Play Starcraft 2, Void of the thing, Legacy of the Void, I'm sure. So off screen I have been playing around with this game a bit, and we have a choice coming up, and we've got one of two places we can go. Finishing either one of them will open up a third place, so you can, basically they're arranged A, B, and C. The natural way to do it is A, B, C, but you could do A, C, B.
Is weakness. Do not examine.
I'm trying to narrate a Let's Play here, if you don't mind, Alaric. So you got an A, B, C. You could also go A, C, B. You could go A, B, C, A, C, B. You could go B, A, C. You could go B, C, A. You can't do C first. So B, the harder of the two places we could choose now, will give us access to Void Rays, which are my favorite unit. And as a matter of fact, like people making the game challenging for themselves, one of the more common limitations is don't use Void Rays, because Void Rays are really powerful. They're really good. A lot of fun. I like them. Off screen, I played through the mission where you gain them. I won. That's pretty good. And then I tried to play the second mission of that path, because you have to do two missions. The 2A missions, A planet missions, the 2B planet missions, before you get back to being able to choose the second mission on the path that gives you access to Void Rays, which gave me a lot of problems. And I didn't bang my head against it quite as hard as I did playing the second mission of Shakuras with the tower defense mission, where I was really just trying everything and I just couldn't get it done. Because that one I stepped away. I came back after doing the missions and closer to the, quote, intended order, sort of the default order. And the extra Solar Knight and powers that the Spirit of Adun had made the mission a whole lot more manageable. So I feel like I could try to figure out a way to get past this mission, but I'm going to get ahead of it and just postpone getting Void Rays as much as I like them and do the slightly easier missions first. So you'll see the decision point coming up shortly, but what it's going to mean is we're going to put off dealing with the Tal'Darim, because our big reward for getting the Tal'Darim missions is the Void Ray. We already get partial cooperation of the Tal'Darim. The full cooperation means we get Void Rays, I guess. It's weird, because the Void Ray, the default Void Ray is the, what are they even called? The Nerazim or the Dark Templar, the Tal'Darim or the Tal'Darim, the Purifiers or the Robo guys, the Kalai guys, I guess. Their Void Ray is the best one. The Tal'Darim variant on the Void Ray isn't even as good, but for some reason you gotta beat the Tal'Darim missions to get the Void Ray, period. So we're going to put that off, as much as it pains me to do it. You get a really cool mission. You get some really cool units. There's not that many units left to unlock, and they're all really fun. And I've got lingering anxiety about the last few missions of this campaign, because this campaign is going to be pretty crazy for me on hard mode difficulty. You just get a lot of shit thrown at you. But we're going to, as excited as I was about getting Void Rays as early as possible, I think unlocking, I don't know if Spirit of Adun abilities are going to help. It was like, to win it and get all the optional objectives was going to involve this, like, it's the mission I'm worried about is a mission where the enemy keeps throwing wave after wave of stuff at you, and even taking out it's a campaign mission where it's sort of playing by its own rules. Like waves of units will spawn even if you've wiped out their production. Like, it doesn't matter if you hit all their side bases early, because it's a mission that involves hybrid, which just, like, they'll just appear on the map. You can't strategically wipe shit out to gain control and then take your time getting optional objectives. They just have tougher and tougher waves of things spawn against you until you're overwhelmed. So I think we're going to, it pains me to do it, but we're going to try to do these Purifier missions first, and hopefully I don't run into big problems there, because then I'll need to go back and try to do the Tal'Darim missions first to be ready for the Purifier missions. But we will figure something out here.
Zeratul. What did it all mean?
Why have I got to listen to this dark asshole? You would have been the dark asshole of choice.
Zeratul.
He said something different on screen, but... War Council. A short time later. Stardate, blah, blah, blah.
The void portal within Ulnar has been sealed, but a greater threat looms.
Okay.
Amon is transforming our people into a host form.
Yuck.
While we were focused upon Ulnar, he has unleashed the full might of the Golden
The
Dawn,
full rage and
using
fury
our
of the
own weaponry
ultimate
to
warrior.
eradicate life from planets across the Caprulu sector.
Which is what the Tall Dream used to be about,
Are
so...
not powerful enough to engage the Great Fleet, but Amon's other servants run rampant across the sector.
Then
They're
we
running
should strike
roughshod.
immediately. Eliminate his outlying forces.
Thereby ignoring the true threat.
Purifiers were designed for war. If we reactivate them, we can build our armies and destroy Amon's zerglings in one fell swoop.
This is the logical plan.
They do not turn on us first. The Purifiers possess no loyalty, no honor.
Mm-hmm.
You waste time bickering. The Tal'Darim's death fleets are your threat. I alone can challenge Malash for the right to rule and bend his army to my will.
Do not forget Mobius Corps. They are rumored to operate from a hidden base where they forge a hybrid army to serve, even now.
Mm-hmm.
This is true, but we cannot engage them without knowing where they are. Vorazun, send your most elite Dark Templar to scour the sector.
Allow the Jobber Dark Templars to work for us as melee
Must
units.
remain with the Keystone. The survival of our people depends on our actions in the days to come. It falls to the Firstborn to stop the coming oblivion.
And Celestial Array. So, basically, there's 3 different plans being proposed, one of which doesn't make any sense for us to execute now. What's-his-face, Q from the Q Continuum wants us to go make him the ruler of the Tal'Darim, so that the Tal'Darim Death Fleet, which is a threat to us now, will become an ally, whereas Fake Phoenix wants us to activate the war machines, because they're machines made to do war. And Engineer Guy wants us to go shut down Mobius Foundation, because they're throwing out big armies of hybrids, but we don't know where they are, so we can't do that. Otherwise, his plan would have a lot of merit, because what's giving us a lot of problems in this mission is the hybrid. You never get to use them as a unit of your own. There's just these way over-the-top quasi-hero units that keep popping up. And as I was talking about, the second Tal'Darim mission, where just like large waves of them start appearing, and you have to just win the mission before they become unstoppable. You can't ever make a situation where they are contained, because they just keep coming in larger and larger numbers until you run out of resources. Like, I got mined out trying to set up a thing up where I had them contained and was able to go exploring the map and getting the side objectives. But we can't do that yet because we don't know where they are. So basically, we have the option of trying to go get the Tal'Darim on our side, or we have the option of activating this massive production facility of warrior robots. And either one of those could be the logical thing. But if it wasn't for the fact that I want Void Rays, the thing that actually makes the most sense is to activate the armies of robot warriors. Because the only reason that they say not to do this is, well, they do not have honor. They may not honor their commitments with us. And we know, A, if that's true, we're kind of hosed anyway. So we basically have to assume that things will work out right. And if we treat them good, they'll reciprocate and be our buddies. And that's a very sci-fi approach. Like, treat them the way you want to be treated and everything will work out right. The problem with getting the Tal'Darim on our side, from like a plot logic standpoint, is they are not even the most significant threat within the... It's like, we have an enemy with like all these different forces, so we're going to take one of the less threatening of the forces that are allied against us and turn them? It's like, okay, that's a positive step, but the Tal'Darim aren't even the thing that's a real threat right now. Jim Raynor's been beating those guys up since Wings of Liberty. So we could go to Slain.
The Zelnaga are dead. There is no salvation within Ulnar. And yet, we indeed found hope. Now, we must eliminate Amon's armies. Siding with Alarak is indeed a risk. Tassadar, old friend, what would you do?
He's got his
Zeratul,
WWTD bracelet on that he looks at.
if this alliance can weaken Amon's armies, then it is a chance that must be taken.
But we get the Void Ray. Surgical Strike Craft deals increased damage with prolonged attacks. These are really good, particularly when it comes to sniping objectives, which is great for side objectives. You can cheese a lot of like main story objectives, but this is great for side objectives. Like you have to go way off the beaten path and eliminate such and such target to get bonus Silvernight. Send enough Void Rays. Just make enough Void Rays that you can spare them from your main base defense and use them, and they can quickly, because they don't have to navigate. They can fly. They don't have to navigate 800 enemy units. They can take a direct path or a side. They could fly around skirting defenses and go snipe things. They're great. But we're actually going to put off getting the Void Rays as much as I love them is Endion.
Phoenix and I believe that we can awaken the ancient purifiers and call upon their power. They may have been a forbidden weapon.
Forbidden
I
Machina.
have seen their potential in Phoenix and know that this time they will not fail us.
So we have the Verdant Moon, which is a 3 million population. Bellium 5. Oh, the population of Cyberos, dude. Or Slern, which has a population of 12 million. And they're the Tal'Darim. It's the Tal'Darim Blade World. But we're going to go to Endion. We're going to get us the Colossus. Powerful battle strider, can walk up and down cliffs, attacks and incinerate multiple enemies at once. I don't use these things as much as I use. They're really fun and they look cool. And they're a great callback to like the link the Protoss have to like gray aliens and the alien invaders of like War of the Worlds and classic sci-fi roots of the Protoss. But I don't use them a lot because they're kind of frail. They're powerful, but they need to be supported. Massing Colossi without a combined arms force. Massing anything without any kind of combined arms support is generally kind of dumb. And it's like, easy mode play for people who are babies. But I like it doing it anyway, and you can get away with it with Void Rays in a way you can't get away with it with Colossi. So let's see what we can do with the Colossi.
I have made a decision many of you will not agree with.
But I don't care.
During my time with Phoenix, I have seen that the Purifier program, under the right guidance, may be reborn.
Oh, here we go.
History has shown the purifiers cannot be.
I believe, led by white officers, Purifier troops. Sorry.
Have to be.
I'll explain in a
These
moment.
personalities, like I, will have free will.
We do not have enough purifier matrices to create more like Phoenix.
You cannot possibly be considering what I think you are.
The original Purifiers are housed in orbit above the forest world of Endion.
Forest moon of Endor?
Cyberos. I have
Cyberos,
seen
dude.
through Phoenix that these warriors may be valuable to us. Perhaps the Conclave misunderstood them.
I don't understand why
treating them as
Alarak isn't part of the
simple
cinematic.
recruits and not proud Templar. It tried to control them.
And they rebelled, attacking their creators.
They're a bunch of douche nozzles, man.
Not rebel against a slave master. I have heard your counsel, and I have chosen to go to Endion. We leave.
Yeah, Alarak is just literally not even here for this. It's kind of odd. I would have thought he would be telling us, "Pa, if you wish to build these robots, you delay. The true strength will be the Tal'Darim." Whatever, we can do that later.
The purifier stasis grid is still intact. We'll have to destabilize it from the generator below.
I guess it's possible to skip these missions. I'm not sure.
On the surface. They can't be Kerrigan's.
Amon's brood. This will not be easy.
But it should be fun. Anyway, as far as my weird off-color comment about white officers, there's a great tradition in the...
My scouts are tracking the movements of the Golden Armada.
There's a great tradition in the British military. This incredibly offensive tradition of The closest thing you had to progressive thought in the British military in like the 19th or 18th century would be talking about these soldiers from different part of the empire. Oh, they can be very effective soldiers as long as they're led by seasoned white officers. So this is my idea. It's like, we believe that the Cybros warriors can be great, as long as they're led by white officers. It'll be fine. Because there's definitely this poor lady Sohana, or Rohana rather. She represents everything, like anything about the entire Protoss species having prejudice is all just kind of tightly wound up and shoved into Rohana to communicate to us. So let's get back to it.
What you plan to do is awaken monsters, Artemis.
They will begin chokeslamming us immediately.
On the base of Lantinum.
They rose against their masters. Our people never treated them as Templar.
Because they are robots.
You mean like we used to be, doing the will of the Conclave?
Phoenix, a robot whose only purpose is to do your bidding?
He
Yes.
certainly defies expectations. He is more.
I'm kind of into it.
Perhaps the original Purifier robots will be too. If nothing else, think of their benefit to the war effort.
Think of them as being
They choose to join us.
fodder to be
I believe in
eliminated.
Phoenix. I am willing to take the risk.
He will feel really guilty if he loses control of the Cybros and they massacre us, and that's enough for me.
Endion. It is hard to imagine what it must have looked like before the Zerg invaded.
Kind of boring, I would think. Anyway, so we now have the Purifier Sentinel charge into battle and blah blah blah. I switched this back in my off-screening. The Adepts, because I wasn't actively using their ability, which made them kind of... Oh, I suppose I'll use them here. Yeah, I suppose I should use them on screen at least once. But yeah, I found them hard to, unless you're sitting there managing them and using their active skills, the Shade skill, they're just kind of a slightly weaker version of Dragoons, I believe. Because they deal bonus damage to... Oh, they deal bonus damage to light units. Actually, no, if I'm going to use them, I should use them now. We're fighting Zerg in these missions, I believe. Zerg will have a lot of, we won't have a lot of armored. Unless I'm really misunderstanding things. But we're going to go with the Tal'Darim Vanguards, and I think I'll be using mostly ground because the Corsairs, I suppose, could be useful. This is a mission where we're going to want to move fairly quickly. Oh wait, the very next mission isn't. We might be able to get away with using Blood Hunters, disable units and structures. It might be fun to dick around with trying to use Blood Hunters on this mission, because if we're fighting the Zerg, they can use this special ability to disable detectors. Now, if we get into this and find out that they have detectors everywhere, this will be worthless. But if we're ever going to try the Blood Hunters, this next mission is probably our best bet. Solar Knight.
Stand tall. Our hierarch is here.
Stand erect.
I know this will work, hierarch. I know I can guide the Purifiers through the darkness that lies ahead. Help them accept what they are. I can convince them that they will not be treated as servants again. Then it appears as if you have found purpose, brother.
Brother Dave Sullivan.
Since awakening, I have been confused, directionless, uncertain of what I am, how I came to be.
Boo-hoo.
Now, things are clear once more. Fate has laid out a purpose only I can accomplish. It is exhilarating.
It rules.
Yes. You embark upon a task that even Phoenix could not achieve.
Speaking of which,
He would attempt it if he could. I have learned much from Phoenix's memories, and through them, I have come to know myself.
I wish to become best friends with Robot Jim Raynor.
I am my own entity, and I take pride in this.
Cool.
The Zerg pose quite a problem. Disrupting the stasis grid was never going to be easy. It certainly will be less so with Amon's brood attacking us.
We will hold them off long enough for your work, Karax.
The scientists sealed away Cybros with a device called the Megalith. It is the
The mega
key to
powers?
disabling the
Are they gonna
station's
explode?
stasis lock. Once the grid is down, we have to act swiftly and bring Cybros online or flee orbit. The might of the brood below is too great.
Leave the defense to me.
Okay.
Curious. This Terran research speculates the keystone would kill any Protoss near it. Such a simple interpretation of the evidence.
Those guys really are dumb. Don't think there's anything for us to change here. There isn't. I figured I would take a look. Chrono Surge to get our best, to get our research done quickly. Solar Lance to kill anything that needs killing. I occasionally consider switching to Nexus Overdrive to get additional Silvernite, but Deploy Phoenix just doesn't seem like it's going to be that terribly useful, frankly. Warp Harmonization allows us to use Warp Gate. Stargates and robotic facilities can be Warp Gates. This seems like it would be really good, potentially, but only on a map where we had lots of resources. And our ability to gather Vespene will be slowed down, but it's a shame that it's on the same one's orbital assimilator. I could see using it instead of Solar Lance, possibly, or instead of Chrono Surge. But instead of orbital assimilator, you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's like, this is only useful if you have a lot of resources, and this is making it your economy better, strong enough that you could actually support this. Anyway. Let's go back to the bridge. Take it to the bridge one more time.
We must bolster our forces.
Oh, your ship is too bright, it pains my eyes. Why do we linger here?
Oh, whatever, but he's such a grouch. Alright, disable the stasis locks.
The shield emitters on Endion must be disabled if we are to reactivate Cybros. The time to begin is now, Hierarch.
So we got Unsealing the Past, Pest Control, seal all caves with the rocks in less than 40 seconds, and destroy all Zerg structures. So you definitely have a base in this mission that you don't have to wipe out, but it makes things a lot easier if you do. And we get the Colossus, powerful battle strider, can walk up and down cliffs. Let's get going. Against large groups of enemies, especially zerglings. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, every new unit has, like, oh, this thing has awesome area of effect. Look at how easily you can kill zerglings. I'm like, everything is good at killing zerglings. When you play with zerglings, your entire strategy is based on creating so many numbers that them dying rapidly still isn't enough.
Cybros, the vault of the
Cybros.
It is fortunate that Amon's brood has been unable to penetrate its stasis grid.
Mm-hmm.
I now have access to Endion's records. The stasis grid is sealed by complicated locking mechanisms.
Yeah, it is. Zerg aren't very good at that kind of thing.
By a certain device, the Megalith. I'll begin recovering it now, so it may work on the locks.
You want to wait till we've done the mission first?
Need protection. These forests already crawl with Zerg abominations.
Mm-hmm.
Then we shall clear them out.
But this is the big frustration of the mission.
If I may, Hierarch, this facility once developed powerful weapons for the Empire.
I have heard tale of the mighty Colossi, scaling cliffs, besieging enemies from afar. Let us see how they fare against the Zerg.
Yeah, the problem is, after we clear this little section, we have something where we're supposed to be defending this thing, but it's going to start moving forward in spite of us, even though we'd love to be able to tell it to hold back until we've cleared the obstacles. And that's the nuisance that we've got to deal with. So we have this little sequence showing us how they work.
The Zerg are coming from that cave. If we fire on the rock formation, it will seal the opening.
And they have this whole sequence here set up to make the Colossi look awesome, because if the Hydras can hit us, but only if they have vision. So you can see this guy got shot by Hydra just a handful of times, and it knocked his shields down to 2/3. So they are not... You have to protect them. They kill, especially small units that are clustered, really well, but They have to be protected. There we go. We got a checkpoint out of this. Now we throw down a base and we start producing as quickly as we can.
Secure. Warp coordinates for our nexus point are locked. Karax, activate the Megalith.
I shouldn't have set up those Tal'Darim Dark Templar. I should have used the regular ones. The next mission is the one where Tal'Darim Dark Templar might make sense.
We will monitor its status and alert you when it is online.
Okay.
The Megalith systems will take a few moments to activate. It will be
Oh, I just forgot. I've got this little,
In the meantime, I've upgraded our robotics facilities to construct colossi. You can warp them in whenever you wish, Hierarch.
So I believe I want to leave that alone. Okay, let's keep getting guys built.
The Megalith should be finishing up shortly. We should ensure that we have enough forces to defend it.
So we've got a few things we're going to want to do. We're going to want to have a couple of cannons over here, but not a lot.
You have not enough minerals.
Oh, fuck. Flyers.
Megalith is online. We must ensure it reaches the stasis locks safely.
Are they completely incapable? No, they are completely incapable of hitting this guy. So I actually already want to go back to the... Okay, I don't want to go far enough to encounter flyers, because the Colossi can't do anything against them. They're too expensive for us to just lose one this early. There's a base we're going to want to take. At least you can take it on normal.
Well done. The area is secure.
Okay.
The Megalith systems will take a few moments to activate. It will be ready to move out soon. In the meantime, I've upgraded our robotics facilities to construct colossi. You can warp them in whenever you wish, Hierarch.
We meet the enemy in battle.
Didn't mean to do the caps lock thing. Sorry about that.
We meet the enemy in battle.
Already lost the unit permanently. Okay, you guys don't really need to be there. Let's...
The Megalith should be finishing up shortly. We should ensure that we have enough forces to
Just climb up here. You don't need to. Wow.
The Megalith is online. We must ensure it reaches the stasis locks safely.
They are already in so much trouble. Wow. Okay, so I can't be as aggressive as I'm being. Good to know. Thought I would be able to get away with taking out a base with 3 Colossi this early, but I can't. Or I need to bring more stuff with them to support. All right, this is the problem. This thing that they're already talking about how it's on its way. Yeah, it's on its way. It's about to start exploring the map. Maybe I'm making a mistake even attempting to do this one now. Maybe I should actually be concentrating on figuring out how to get the mission of Void Rays done quickly.
The Megalith systems will take a few moments to activate. It will be ready to move out soon. In the meantime, I've upgraded our robotics facilities to construct Colossi. You can warp them in whenever you wish, Hierarch.
So these guys being parked here will certainly protect us from... We can make this base safe, but the unit we have to protect can kind of take care of this on its own. I guess we can use the Colossi to get more resources.
The Megalith should be finishing up shortly. We should ensure that we have enough forces to defend
Some of
it.
those who design forces are the same who burn crosses.
You have not enough.
Do we need 50 more stuff to get this going?
The Megalith is online. We must ensure it reaches the stasis locks safely.
Okay.
The Megalith has reached the first stasis lock. It will be safe below the surface as it does its work.
You have not enough.
Okay, we got our economy going at least. So it can be a little much.
I'm detecting Zerg movement. Warriors, ensure none reach our nexus point. Your warrior.
Well, now they're freaking attacking the Nexus point already?
The Megalith is almost done with this lock. I would advise you to make preparations for its next
Yeah,
move.
like, I don't... this is being harder than the mission that I did beat off screen. They're like... I guess I'll use the, The flyers are already murdering us.
Glory to the Daylong.
And they're saying, oh, don't let them attack our main base. And I'm like, I just fucking got...
Sensors show the first stasis lock has been disabled. The Megalith is relocating to the next one.
The firstborn shall persevere.
Yeah, I don't know what, I don't know what I can be doing here to make this go better. I guess I'm not building fast enough.
Your allies are in battle.
Glorious combat is upon us.
Your allies are in battle.
Give us your command. Glory to the Daylong.
Okay.
Upgrade complete.
The firstborn shall
Upgrade complete.
Are you guys, yeah, not killing them? Thank.
Executor. Ire.
The Megalith has arrived safely at the second
Because what I want to do is kill.
Be brought down shortly.
Interesting. I believe this facility used power cores of incredible size to provide energy for experiments. They should be hidden somewhere within these hills. If our warriors can destroy them, we can claim the solarite components within.
Yeah, let's do a full port press to wipe out this base, because it will keep attacking us.
Glorious combat is upon us.
The Megalith's work is nearly complete. It will move again soon.
This warrior awakens.
I have met the enemy.
I don't know if we're going fast enough, guys.
Let your will be heard. Combat killers.
Yeah, we got another. We can't just leave it here. We have to wipe out this other thing.
Stasis lock disabled, and the grid is now at 60%. The Megalith is en route to the third lock now.
Born shall persevere. Let your will be heard.
The hour is upon us.
We are stewards of the hierarchy.
The Megalith is proceeding to a canyon.
Yeah.
I am detecting numerous Zerg signatures in that region. We must assist it.
Want you guys over here helping the Megalith. Yeah, this isn't good. We have to wipe out these guys here, or else the whole, Okay.
Glorious combat is upon us.
The Megalith is under attack.
This is the Megalith gonna fall? Oh boy, it's really close to falling.
Glory to the Daylong.
Okay. May have recovered this.
Your allies are in battle.
We may have recovered this.
Your allies are in battle.
The firstborn.
Why are you guys not ahead of it? Get in front of it.
We must protect the Megalith at all costs.
Your allies are in battle. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Megalith has been destroyed. Fuck. We saw what I was trying to do. I'm trying to I guess I'm just not being fast enough. We need to wipe out that base because it keeps attacking us from behind. And I figure once it's gone, there's more bases ahead, but they're all kind of in the same direction. The game just kind of froze on us here.
Glorious combat is upon us. Glory to the day.
The stasis lock disabled, and the grid is now at 60%. The Megalith is en route to the third lock now.
So I need to pull some of these guys back and keep some of them forward.
The Megalith is proceeding to a canyon ahead. I am detecting numerous Zerg signatures in that region. We must assist it.
Alright. This will help.
Iron shall be replaced. Glory to the Daylong. Glorious
I think I need to be throwing down more gateways, probably.
I have met the enemy.
And I probably need another robotics facility or two, too. Why aren't you down there? Holy crap. You get back to it.
Glory to the Daylong.
Are you guys no longer... Oh, man, no. You have to keep going. We've powered up the shields, so that'll be good. What I want to do is get everybody attacking right into the heart of the space, except you guys.
The first power core has been secured. Warping it aboard now.
Is upon us.
Your allies are in battle. Meet the enemy in battle.
Glory to the Daylong.
Okay. Got my research coming. I'm not going to do any air. Really wish they would get in front of the Megalith a bit more than they are, but...
Let your will be heard.
Okay, I think we're in a much better place here.
Your allies are in battle.
Combat awaits. Glorious combat is upon us.
Well done, warriors. The Megalith is disabling the third lock.
Can we throw down a save here? Because I think I finally struck the balance. I couldn't afford to have the entire army committed to attacking this base. Somebody had to be. Come on, creep. Run away. Okay. The chief fear now, honestly, is going to be... getting the bonus objectives, because we finally got a big enough army going.
I have met the enemy.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
This lock is almost destabilized. The Megalith will relocate shortly. I am detecting a large number of Zerg bioforms in the cave network ahead.
We can use the terrain to our advantage. Topple the rock formations near the entrance and seal the Zerg within the caves. Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
6. Let's get some more of you guys going.
The third lock has been disabled, and the Megalith is on the move. My readout shows Cybros beginning to awaken from stasis.
Army is getting pretty small here.
A significant
Oh, you did
number of Zerg have been detected in the caves ahead.
You guys didn't get turned into.
Both power cores have been obtained. I'll begin working on them immediately.
Your allies are in battle.
Okay, yeah, can't have this. I think we've lost now. We let them.
The Megalith is under attack.
Yeah, this is it. I just lost. I lost because I freaking let the Megalith. Okay. I gotta be manually running my army. I can't. I'm skipping around trying to get economics going, and I think guys must have unburrowed near it because I thought I cleared a path farther ahead than it was. But suddenly there were millions zergling on it, so. What? I thought I'd pull him off of it.
The third lock has been disabled, and the Megalith is on the move. My readout shows Cybros beginning to awaken from stasis. Only 2 remain, Hierarch. A significant number of Zerg have been detected in the caves ahead. Exercise caution.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, keep them. I guess they all just got killed by these Zerg. Do not kill the Hydras, kill the Zerglings that are killing Cybros.
The Megalith must be protected.
No, okay. Fuck. I thought I was doing better than this. It all went to hell. Okay. They're throwing out Zergling with that kind of speed. The whatever you call our dragoons, who are like robot lady dragoons or biological dragoons, that's not going to cut it. Everybody needs to be there, and I need to have more of the area of effect colossi, because they're just throwing impossible armies of colossi at us.
Disabled, and the Megalith is on the move. My readout shows Cybros beginning to awaken from stasis. Only 2 remain, Hierarch. A significant number of Zerg have been detected in the caves ahead. Exercise caution.
No, that's no good. Okay, I thought I'd finally unstuck this thing. Taking that base in the southwest corner takes time, but I think we kind of had to do it. But now I need to get like those fucking walkers going. Throwing up a few cannons, but no more than that at my base to defend this. The eastern flank seems to have been sufficient. Okay. Let's get the whole army together here. Let's make sure that these things are going here. I just threw away the minerals I needed to make a nexus.
You must construct additional pilots.
This lock is almost destabilized. The Megalith will relocate shortly.
Okay, that's fine. Part of what's going on here is that the Colossi are supposed to take advantage of these cliffs and hold position and fight enemies, but they do get pulled out of position a lot. I don't want to waste this.
The third lock has been disabled, and the Megalith is on the move. My readout shows Cybros beginning to awaken from stasis. Only 2 remain, Hierarch.
You must construct additional pylons.
Okay, I need more pylons.
Your allies are in battle.
I am detecting a large number of Zerg bioforms in the cave network ahead.
We can use the terrain
Yeah, you need to attack these rocks,
topple the rock formations near
because otherwise infinite numbers of them just come out and it's a problem.
Base is under attack.
A significant number of Zerg have been detected in the caves ahead. Exercise caution.
Waiting for the rock thing to come back. Okay.
The firstborn shall
this warrior awaken.
But we gotta get this bonus solar tonight. Only thing that's gonna be able to get there is this. Oh, you are running right through a group of Hydralisks, so that's not helping us.
The Megalith is now disabling the 4th lock.
Okay. We still got tough times ahead.
There is an entire Zerg hive cluster between the Megalith and the last stasis lock. Our only option is to fight through it. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. You must construct additional pylons.
Just want to grab one probe,
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
throw down some stuff here.
Lock destabilization is nearly finished. The Megalith will disembark soon. Both power cores have been obtained. I'll begin working on them immediately.
You have not enough minerals.
Okay, we're running out of everything. Got one big ugly fight left ahead of us, but the main thing was that we got all the bonus objectives and we finally have an army that should be able to do this.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy. You must construct additional pylons.
The lock is down and the Megalith is traveling. Stasis grid at 20%. Wait. I'm detecting activity in the Zerg hive nearby. They're reinforcing the last lock.
the firstborn shall persevere. Glory to the Daemon.
It's probably pretty good.
Seismic disturbance detected. Nidus worms are inbound on your location.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
I sure hope this is enough. This mission didn't go as smoothly as I'd hoped, but I always have trouble with this one, even on normal. I have a hard time grabbing everything before my fellow here gets himself in trouble. The bonus objectives. They're not too bad if you got Void Rays, but without Void Rays they can be tricky.
The firstborn shall persevere.
You have not enough minerals. Your warriors have engaged the enemy. Your allies are in battle.
I think this guy is holding out because we've got guys in front of him here. You can see there is a bonus objective for destroying all the structures because you do leave little onesie-twosies behind sometimes. I'm out of okay, so I've got a maxed out army, so this actually should be going my way. Okay. Okay, we got it done.
The final lock is destabilizing, and the grid is down. We've done it! Cybros is free from stasis.
Dude, Cybros are free from stasis.
Call our forces from Endion's surface. We take this battle to Cybros.
Alright. So, not the smoothest in the history of the world, but did manage to get it done. We got 20 out of 20 Silvernight. We acquired the Colossus and a new faction specialization for the Tal'Darim. 133 units, killed 671, lost 34. A lot of damage taken by the Megalith. And we did have 2 Zerg structures that snuck away. They're off in the corner of a map somewhere and we never got them. But I did destroy them all on normal difficulty at some point. We also sealed the caves more promptly. I think the main reason I was running into so much trouble at the beginning was because I was trying to clear that base and needed to split the army for that, like hit it really hard and then pull back what killed the defenders, and just leave enough there to mop up the structures and pull most of the army back faster than they could possibly mop up the entire base. What was bothering me in the middle was that I wasn't microing my army. I was trying to do other things and use attack commands, and as a result, those caves that you have to seal by attacking the rocks stayed open. And when I realized, oh, I've got a shot of Solar Lance available, and I've got enough visibility to see the rocks ahead, I was hitting them using Solar Lance. I think that was what was stopping unkillable legions of Zergling from just surrounding and destroying the Megalith. So, in the end, we got it done. Let's continue the Sphere of Adan. As you can see, Cybros. It's awesome. In theory, this means we've reactivated and we're all friends. We don't have to do anything else, right?
Has finished replicating a new combat unit. You can assign it to a faction now if you wish.
I assume your plan is to bind these robotic warriors to your will.
Can't think of anything else to do with
Their
them.
freedom, much like Phoenix. Making slaves of them is what led to their revolt before.
Yeah, whatever.
This foolish idealism taxes my patience.
Yeah, we'll learn to live with it.
They are the replications of our greatest champions. We
You know,
seek to
Bruno
free
Sammartino.
you from the lash, and yet you desire to enslave mine?
I care not for freedom that softens a people.
I want people to be really hard, like rock hard, like ready to go.
Oblivion. But they will not be free. They will serve me. Freedom is a delusion, granted to the weak by the strong.
Sounds like a fun guy.
Amon does. For the sake of your life, that will change.
Wyman doesn't really talk about freedom, but
Machine as the new executor of the purifiers, and use them as the tools of destruction they were built to be.
yeah, I'm doing it. That's what we're doing. I mean, they'll be free to destroy.
We must bolster our forces.
Sure thing, buddy.
Why was Endion chosen as the world Cybros was to orbit?
Yeah,
For
just for fun.
thousands of years, it has been a research retreat. Here, Protoss scholars secluded themselves from political affairs to focus on the task of devising technology.
Oh, it was a
that would benefit the
university.
Empire. The Psi
But
Matrix
there were a
was
bunch of
first
liberals who were
conceived.
claiming to be free
It was
thinkers.
decided that the purifiers would be shut down. They became a symbol of achievement, but also the dangers of it.
So they were brought to a research colony.
Where better than a place where our greatest scientists resided, constantly improving Cybros' stasis field.
I should have just blown them all up.
He resided on the world below.
80 bajillion.
800,000 Kalai, a contingent of Templar.
I only hope their deaths were swift.
Oh yeah, you better believe it.
They cannot all be like Phoenix Hierarch.
Some of them are clearly going to be jerks who wouldn't even like Jim Raynor if they met him.
We have received new robotic siege technology, Hierarch. Please make your selection. New Tal'Darim
So we got the
robotics
news.
have been constructed based on Alarak's specifications. Let us hope his instructions were thorough.
So these are interesting, actually. The Sentry, something called the Havoc, it does not attack. It increases damage dealt. It boosts attack range of friendly units, and the force field blocks ground unit movement. So it has an active skill force field, but mostly it's supposed to be increasing the range and attack of units. Apparently these can be really good if you use them correctly. Sadly, they don't improve the attack and range of structures. Otherwise, what I would love to do is just go with this as my unit specialization, and then just drop a few of them on a row of photon cannons. But it does not work that way. For that reason, I'm probably going to stick with the Sentry just because it does survivability boosts. And it does attack, it just doesn't attack particularly well. This can boost attack and movement speed and does attack. But these guys restore shields. So I find them to be fairly useful. They build up the survivability of your army. We now also have Robotic Siege. The default is the Purifier Colossus. Walks up and down cliffs, attacks set fire to the ground, damaging enemy ground units over time. Deemed too dangerous for use after the Kalath Intercession. The Purifier program Colossi utilize even more destructive incendiary weaponry. These are the ultimate purification machines. And then the Reaver, which is like, yeah, these were from the original Starcraft. Automatically builds scarabs that explode for area damage around their targets, deals bonus damage to structures. Once a mobile manufacturer modified for war, the Reaver's siege capabilities have been vastly improved. Kirk's upgraded them with automated scarab production based on the Spear of Vision Starforge. I haven't found them to be useful in StarCraft 2. It's a fun concept, but I think Colossi are better. And eventually we'll get the Colossi for the... I think the Colossi for the, what do you call them, the Tal'Darim, instead of having an area of effect thing, it has like a fairly slow firing but high damage single target thing. But it can be useful in the mission I was having trouble with because I think it might be able to attack air. And the fact that it has a single target high damage thing makes it better against stuff like, if you're getting attacked by a million Zergling, you want a Colossus. If you're getting attacked by 2 or 3 hybrids, you want the, I think they're called Wrathwalkers, or the Tal'Darim version. Either way, we're sticking with Colossus for now. We'll head for the Solarite Core. We should have some new dialogue with Phoenix, I would assume. Let's talk to Carrax first, just to make Phoenix know. Just because we're on your planet, freeing your people, doesn't mean that you outrank
Your
Carrax.
plan worked, Carrax. The stasis grid is down. We must act now.
If we can bring Cybros online, the battle station should begin to defend itself.
And the
From us.
purifiers.
They have lain dormant for millennia. They may still harbor anger towards us. If they turn on us, we will have to fight.
We failed them before.
Got anything to say about this? You're in earshot, Phoenix.
These personalities may be replications, but they are alive.
After spending so much time with Phoenix, I share your belief.
But anyway, Phoenix, you got anything to say about this?
Curious. This Terran research...
Cybros will not be able to resist the Zerg for long. We should move quickly if we hope to save the Purifiers.
Well, how useful are they if they can't even fight the Zerg on their own?
Phoenix, do you believe the Purifiers will join us?
You insult me by saying you need me to be honest, and therefore I will lie to you.
Resentment for the actions of our forebears.
Well, our forebears, not yours.
The Conclave. We are united in purpose, like never before.
And that is
Sure,
why
whatever.
the Purifiers must be allowed to choose their fate for themselves. Without freedom,
You got me.
a people can be controlled, but never united.
This
Yeah,
is
whatever.
true. And yet, the Firstborn have ill need of another enemy.
And I believe in you to not create one. Your actions determine the future for both the Templar and the Purifiers.
So don't fuck up.
Is the time to act, Hierarch.
You are right. The way forward may be difficult, but it is necessary. Thank you, my friend.
Nantaro robot guys. More purification? Well, I was hoping we'd unlock a whole other column, but that is not to be. If we were ever going to deploy Phoenix, it would be fun to deploy him in the mission where we are rescuing his dudes. Ugh. It's so expensive, though. I need another 15. I'd need to probably lose Chrono Surge. Or Orbital Assimilator. Now we can deploy Phoenix. Deals 200 damage to enemy units in the target area upon impact. Phoenix attacks on his own and casts Whirlwind Thunder Charge for shield capacitors. Phoenix leaves the battlefield after 30 seconds. It's a silly one to me, but at the same time, if we're ever going to use Phoenix, it should be on the mission where we actually get these guys on our side permanently. This will be the final mission where the Purifiers... I mean, they're already on our side as far as we could use Purifier weapons and whatever, but this is the mission where it kind of becomes official that they're with us, and we'll see where things go after the war. That being said, let's throw down a save and call it a video, and when we come back next time, we will... well, you'll see.
With the stasis grid down, the Zerg have begun infesting the surface of Cybros. We do not have long if we wish to save the Purifiers. Your Templar are ready, Hierarch. Give the word, and it shall be reclaimed.
Basically, even though I thought the whole point was that the Zerg couldn't get on board the thing because it was shielded, apparently the Zerg are... they're there, and the actual place with the Purifiers is inactive, so the Zerg are like, you know, tearing it up, and we got to go there and dig them out. And we'll try to do that next time. And if I can't, I'll be a little annoyed, and I'll have to go back and try to do the Tal'Darim missions first instead. But honestly, it was the mission we just did, not this one, that I was uneasy about on this path. So now that I've said that, watch me be completely wrong and this be a disaster. See you next time.